Hello, it's me, Crystal Neho, and it is day 74 or 75. I always lose count now. And this is my year long transformation challenge to see if I can take relentless action in my life. And have I been taking relentless action? Actually, yeah, I have actually. Tons of action. So have just completed my third day of intermittent fasting. So I've been fasting from 9 p.m. till around, it's meant to be 12, but I've been in rehearsal, so I've been doing it till 1 p.m. And I've been doing pretty well. The cool thing is that because I really only have two meals between that time, and sometimes a few snacks or smaller, it's making me get really clear on what I'm eating. So just eating a lot more fresh fruit and vegetables and tons of water. So I'm feeling a lot better, feeling less bloated, and just it's something that I can actually maintain for a while. So just gonna do that for a little bit of time and see, just take it one step at a time. And so yeah, I've been doing that. So I'm feeling really good. So yeah, eating tons better. And we'll start incorporating exercise on top of that. Managed to get through some of my mammoth reports, which are awesome. Um, I also performed today and was working on some performances. So it's really amazing for me to be able to perform again because performing really is my love. And I guess what I did learn today is just, I don't know, like just performing is my life to be able to tell stories. And we had a director, the producer was there. I'm one of three actors. We had a composer and musician that was there doing all the soundscape. On Thursday and Friday's rehearsals, we actually had the designer that was down. We had the costume designer also turn up yesterday. So it's just really nice to be able to be a part of performing again. I think one of the things that I wanted to share with you is the fact that I some of it's in my head and some of it is the way that I've been kind of made to feel. So a lot of the other actors have been acting for a good 40, I think about 40 years, and they've done some BBC work, um, shows all around the world, some here in New Zealand, and so has the composer. Um, just a lot of the people that are a part of this have done work professionally, per se. And so sometimes I feel as if I'm like this. I don't know. I have been I had a love of performing arts for 18 years, and I've spent, longer than 18 years, but I started training 18 years ago and did 9 years of training as an actor, and I've done a ton of work. For the last good 5 or 6 years, I've mainly focused on creating theatre pieces with students between 5 and 21 years old. And so that's where a lot of my focus has been. But it's quite interesting when you've been doing something so long. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but my point is this: even if people don't value what you do, you have to value what you do. And so, what I kind of felt like a particular person during this process kind of treated me as if I was subpar or just not at the level that them and the others were at. And for me, I've been doing it so long that, I know the language to speak. I know what it really takes to collaborate work. I know the work that we have to do as an actor, which is, to be able to research, because we're doing a verbatim and we're each doing two characters each, and so a lot of work is entailed in storytelling, making sure that we're going through the text and what's the rhythm of the character, what's the quality. There's so many different approaches that we can do as artists to be able to play these characters. Then we've also got to incorporate the soundscape, the design, the costuming. And so I have been doing this long enough that I don't feel insecure. I don't feel inferior. I don't feel less than anybody else because I've been doing this long enough that I feel very confident in my abilities. So I had a bit of trouble with, with a particular person, but what I've learned is, you've just got to do you, and you've got to do it the best that you can. And I'm just so used to being in my life where people, devalue me for, because they don't know who I am. I'm a Māori in business, and people are like, oh, she's Māori, or she's a woman, or she's a Māori woman, and we get it left, right, and centre. Like, I'm pretty, but I'm not skinny, so I'm just not pretty enough. Or she doesn't sound smart. And it's like, well, I don't care if I'm not smart at everything. Why would I want to be? Like, I really don't want to know about, being a veterinarian. I don't want to know, what you have to do to be to get into midwifery. I love what I love, and what I do love, I work really relentlessly hard on learning to master and researching and learning as much as I can about it. So, I just want to keep doing what I do, and I don't want to prove anything to anyone, but what I do want to prove is to myself. So, as I applied for some funding, didn't even get it. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I grow my business, and how do I do this, and how do I do that? Well, I've just decided I'm just not going to give up. And so that's what I've learned. So what I'm learning at the moment is, I have a tendency to go into this particular way of thinking, like, I get scared, and then I get worried, and then I become, a victim, and oh, this happened and that happened. I'm like, no, that's not happening. I'm not going to get down. I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm going to be like, okay, now what do I do? Now what can I try? Because, I'm over, currently in my life, I'm over holding myself back. I'm over limiting my possibilities and feeling like a victim. So I'm just pushing myself now. I'm like, I refuse to be here from a year from now. So I'm taking action. And I don't even care if anyone's watching this or not watching it. This is my journey. And I'm going to push myself even harder um, over this next year. I mean, I'm already 64, 65 days in, and I'm like, wow, I've got under 300 days to go, and I'm going to make it the bloody best 290 days that I can. So, yeah, cool. See ya.